Teenage love can compel you to do nasty things. The residents of Pinellas Park, Florida, realized this on one night of April 14, 2009, when a chilling tragedy unfolded in the town. This story will forever shock and live in the memory of the community.
All right. The next piece of information that you need to know is that she is dead.
Oh my God.
Okay. She died as a result of these stab wounds that she had at Northside Hospital.
A tale turned deadly, a love triangle stained with blood and distaste when one of the teens involved decided to eliminate the competition. But was it just teenage jealousy and love that led to such a tragic incident? Let's see what actually happened.
911, what is your emergency?
We have someone on the floor that's been stabbed. We need an ambulance ASAP.
What's the address that they're at?
9821 52nd Street North, Pinellas Park, Florida. Hey, Janet.
Where's the person that stabbed them at?
I'm sorry?
Where is the person that stabbed them?
She's on the floor.
The person that stabbed them.
They're here too.
Where are they?
It's right here in...
Two young women, Sarah Ludeman and Rachel Wade, became rivals in a harrowing tale of jealousy, betrayal, and ultimately murder. Their story, marked by a tumultuous love triangle, ended in a violent confrontation that left one dead and the other facing the full wrath of the law.
Love triangle. 20-year-old Rachel Wade is accused of stabbing a woman to death over a teenage boy.
But before we take a deeper look into the intricate details of this chilling love story, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button to stay tuned for more riveting crime cases just like this one. Was an 18-year-old high school senior with a bright future ahead. Described by friends and family as kind-hearted and fun-loving, Sarah was known for her infectious smile and her dreams of becoming a veterinarian. Her life was on seemingly the right path until she met a man named Joshua Camacho at a Chick-fil-A restaurant where he was working at the time. Little did she know, her tumultuous romance with Josh would lead to her tragic demise. On the night of April 14, 2009, the local authorities received a frantic 911 call with a distressed person on the line detailing the incident.
911, what is your emergency?
We have someone on the floor that's been stabbed. We need an ambulance ASAP.
What's the address that they're at?
9821 52nd Street North, Pinellas Park, Florida. Hey, Janet.
Where's the person that stabbed them at?
I'm sorry?
Where is the person that stabbed them?
She's on the floor.
The person that stabbed them.
They're here too.
Where are they?
It's right here in the driveway.
What's the phone number you're calling from? I've got help on the way.
I'm sorry?
What's the phone number you're calling from? I have help on the way.
520-5788. It's my cell phone.
Okay, and where's the knife at now?
It's in her hands, and they're fighting. You gotta hurry up and get here, quick.
Sir, they're already on the way. This isn't slowing them down at all.
Janet,
Stay on the phone for the police department.
Back up, Janet. Janet.
How, sir? Sir.
Janet.
Sir.
Call was disrupted after a while, but this wasn't the only call the dispatchers had received that night. As the confrontation between the two erupted on the front lawn of the house, neighbors were startled by the commotion. Multiple 911 calls flooded the communication lines of 911 response, indicating a situation spiraled out of control.
911, what is your emergency?
Yes, I'm at the corner of 52nd Street and Park Lake Drive, and there's some people fighting out here, and there's a girl laying in the middle of the street, and I don't know what the hell's going on. And we need police out here now.
52nd Street and Park Lake Drive?
Yes.
Anybody need a paramedic?
Yes, there's a girl laying in the middle of the street.
Okay, let me see here. Is that anywhere 9821 52nd Street North?
That would probably be correct. Here's your shoes.
Okay, I'll go ahead and put down the police help is already on the way. Hold on one moment for me.
911, what is your emergency?
There's a girl laying on the ground bleeding in the middle of the road.
What's the address where she's at?
I don't know where it's 97th Terrace and I believe 53rd Street.
North or south?
North. I just went to go somewhere and She's with her friends, but I don't know what happened.
Okay, is it near Park Lake Drive North and 52nd Street North?
Yeah.
Okay, looks like we've already got that call. We've got some help on the way out there. What's the telephone number that you're calling from?
727-410. 4362.
As the operators started processing the calls, they received another, way more distressed call, this time from someone who knew both Rachel and Sarah.
What street are we on?
Okay, ma'am.
Palm Lake Drive. Palm Lake Drive.
Okay, Palm Lake Drive and what?
I don't know. Some fucking stuff.
Okay, ma'am, what city are you in?
Pinellas Park.
You're in Pinellas Park. Okay, what happened?
Fucking Rachel. Just fucking stabbed her.
Okay, what is the address? Ask what the address is.
What address is this? Sarah is not even... What address is this? 9821? Don't let her get to her.
9821.
Janet, come here.
Okay, ma'am. 9821.
9821.
Uh-huh.
Could
it possibly be Park Lake Drive?
Yes.
Okay, you're at Park Lake Drive. Okay, do not hang up. Okay, where on the body is the patient stabbed?
I swear to God, this is...
Okay, where on the body?
Is she alive?
Okay, where on the body is the patient stabbed?
Stabbed in the chest.
Okay, stabbed in the chest?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, listen to me. Where is the person who did this?
Yeah, she's trying to breathe. She's right here.
Okay, is this a female patient? Ma'am, is this a female patient?
The distraught caller detailed the harrowing murder scene, where Sarah was lying on the ground taking her last breath after being stabbed by Rachel in the chest. These 911 calls made it evident that the victim needed immediate medical assistance. Police and emergency medical services arrived swiftly. However, it was too late for Sarah Ludeman. She was pronounced dead shortly after being taken to the hospital. There were numerous witnesses of the incident, and most of the recollected accounts identify one key person, 19-year-old Rachel Wade. Rachel was a high school dropout working at a local Applebee's and was known for her fiery temper and rebellious streak. As the detectives began piecing together the evidence from the crime scene, Rachel was taken in for questioning, and that's when the case took a wild turn. The frightened teenager was hiding way more than the police initially thought. According to immediate witnesses, Rachel had calmly thrown the knife into a neighbor's yard before uttering the words, "What has she done?" after stabbing Sarah. However, her account of the incident was all about her and how she was forced to commit this bloody crime.
Okay, what kind of knife is it?
Just a regular kitchen knife.
Just like something you'd get out of a butcher block kind of thing? What does it look like? Can you describe it?
It just had a black handle on it and it was about that long.
A serrated edge?
Yeah.
Okay. When you had it with you had it in the car with you, right? And you drove over to Javier's house. Why did you have it with you?
Because they said that they were going to find my car and follow me, and she threatened to kill me.
So are you telling me that you had it for some form of protection?
Yeah, because I know they're going to jump me. I know Josh's family. Josh has hit me before. Josh's brother threatened to hit me before.
Do you have a gun or anything else?
No.
Okay, so that was your form of protection. Okay, so when you got in the car tonight to go over to their house, you had it in your hand, or you brought it with you. When you were arguing with Josh, you had it, is that right?
That was in my seat.
Okay, and did they tell you to put it away?
No, they didn't say anything.
Javier and Dustin didn't?
No, Javier asked me why I had it, and he said, do you really think, I told him, so, if they see it, they'll leave me alone. Hopefully they'd just go away.
Okay.
And he was like, because I guess Josh has come to his house with a gun before. He said that weapons don't scare them, and it wasn't going to do anything to them, and that was kind of the end of the conversation. He said, they're not going to stop at anything.
Okay.
And I had it out when Sarah got there, hoping that she would just, walk away from me or see it and think that I was actually going to do something, and they both came after me.
But before we proceed further with the unsettling interrogation of Rachel Wade, let's rewind a little and see what exactly led to this tragic night. The seeds of this incident were sown in the fraught dynamics of a love triangle. Joshua Camacho dated both Sarah and Rachel, often playing them against each other with calculated precision. Josh was originally the boyfriend of Rachel, but their relationship took a turn for the worse when Sarah entered the fray. Although the relationship between Josh and Sarah was not a healthy one, it was enough to fuel the flames of jealousy and rage within Rachel. Within the first 6 months of the relationship, police officers spoke to her 6 times regarding public confrontations with him. There were multiple domestic disputes, and Josh had even punched Sarah once in the face, yet she decided not to press charges. Joshua later revealed that the girls wore long pants on his orders to ensure other men could not check them out. Nonetheless, after learning of the romantic relationship between Sarah and Josh, Rachel decided to deal with the situation in her own way. She started sending a barrage of insulting and threatening voicemails to Sarah.
Don't you ask your fucking age, Sarah? Seriously, answer your fucking phone. Don't be a fucking pussy. You want to come through my fucking neighborhood and be a psycho bitch like fucking Aaron? Josh's car, you're me when you fuck his shit, seriously. I'm letting you know now, you're either going to get fucked up or something of yours is, so watch the fuck out or answer your phone. Stop being a bitch.
End of message. To erase this message, press 7. To save it, press 9. Next message.
Please tell me, Sarah, why you would be a dumb to put a brand new picture of you and Josh at the beach on your MySpace. Seriously, I told you to watch your fucking back and not to fucking with him. Now you're mine, and I'm guaranteeing you I'm gonna murder you. I'm letting you know that now, because you know what? Josh might have played me, but bitch, I'm gonna play your ass. Watch. You're a fat bitch, and I'm gonna fucking kill you. I swear on my life. Watch out your fucking window when I get off work tonight, you dumb bitch.
End of message. To erase this message, press 7. To save it, press 9.
It's so funny how you talk shit. You want to sit there and say that my man was at your house, then tell me what he was wearing tonight, Sarah. You're dumb for real. If you're lying, I'm going to find you and I'm going to beat your ass. If you're not lying, I'm going to find you and beat your ass, okay? You keep playing fucking games. You're a pathetic little bitch. You're a little fucking girl. Honestly, what the fuck do you have that's going for you that Josh wants you over me for? I got a job, had my own place. What the fuck? Seriously? He could get anything he wants from me. Any fucking thing. Not to mention that I look probably 10 times better than you. And you fucking run your mouth. You still got your mommy and daddy's curfew, for God's sake. What the fuck do you, why do you run your fucking mouth? Why are you that pathetic? Please do leave on your MySpace, because that's old news, just like you and him are. So keep talking shit, Sarah. You don't know when to stop. You haven't learned your lesson yet, but I'm going to teach you it. I'm telling you now. Keep fucking with me, Sarah. You and Aaron both are psychotic little. I'm telling you now, I'm going to show you psycho. Keep fucking with me. You're the wrong person, and you're the one thing that I care about. So keep fucking going, Sarah. Play because I'm going to teach you how to grow up real quick.
End of.
The threatening and abusive messages kept getting more intense with each passing day, and the tension between the two love rivals escalated through a series of hostile text messages and verbal confrontations. Josh, however, was no saint either. He enjoyed the attention and dramatic nature of the story surrounding him. He often stoked the flames of jealousy and rivalry between the two women. To the police's surprise, Rachel wasn't the only one with abusive voicemails. Josh had sent some to Rachel in return as well.
You have 15 saved voice messages. To listen to your messages, press 1. To send a message, press 2. To check. First saved voice message.
Oh, what you trying me. Girl don't like you. Don't firm request her. It's none of your business. And why you trying to get your own friends? Fucking ugly. Cut that hair that you got sticking out the top of your head. And I swear to fuck try me, and I swear I'll get up there and fuck you up. Jamie ain't gonna help you, Aaron ain't gonna help you. Jamie already done told me the shit that go down with y'all, she ain't gonna be there with you.
On the night of April 14th, 2009, this toxic teenage romance rivalry reached a boiling point. As per the police report, Rachel Wade was alone at her house a few hours prior to the incident, waiting for Josh. Rachel decided to take her dog for a walk. She heard a car horn blaring and someone yelling, "Stay away from my man." Rachel decided to visit an ex named Javier who lived close by. On her way out, she grabbed a steak knife as she claimed it was out of fear and to defend herself. What she was unaware of as she drove by Joshua's house, his new lover Sarah's car was parked in the driveway. He was watching movies with Sarah Ludeman. The pair exchanged texts. At midnight, Josh's sister, Janet Gamacho, asked Sarah to drive her to a nearby McDonald's. On the way, she noticed her friend Ashley stopped at a stop sign. Ashley recounted how unhappy Sarah looked upon mentioning the text messages. She told Sarah she saw her car at Javier's house. Sarah decided to confront Rachel and drove to the house. On the way, the two exchanged texts. At one point, Rachel called and repeatedly yelled, "I'm gonna kill you, you and your Mexican boyfriend." According to Rachel's account of what happened next, Sarah drove up to the house, slammed on her brakes, nearly hitting her before storming out of the car with flailing fists.
All right, Rachel, walk me through it. You're sitting there, they pull up, Sarah gets out, you go out to the street where she's at, okay? Because she's right in front of the car, okay? To the front of her car. What happened when you encountered her?
She just started screaming at me, and she laughed at me and said I wasn't going to do anything, and then she realized that I had a knife, and she kind of backed up, and then she started swinging on me anyways, and I just...
When you say she started swinging on you, what was she doing?
She started punching me in my face.
Flailing at you?
Yeah.
Punching?
And then I saw Janet coming around.
And where were you holding the knife at the time?
I just had it out to the side, and then I saw Janet coming at me, and I saw the other girl come around the back end of the car, and they were all screaming at me, and Janet was telling me that I was crazy and I wasn't going to do anything, and then, like, she said that she wished I would stab her.
Who said that?
Janet.
Said, I wish you'd stab me?
Yeah, she said, I bet you won't stab me, I wish you would. And when Sarah was hitting me, I went to hit her, and I really did not mean to stab her. Okay. I'm not going to kill somebody.
Tell me how it happened.
She was hitting me, and when I went to hit her back, I had put one of my hands up, and I tried to hit her back and keep my hands in front of me.
This is the knife. Show me how you were holding it. Okay? But now, if I'm Sarah and I'm in front of you, what were you doing with the knife? How did you have it?
I had it out to the side, and she started swinging on me, and then when I went to put my hands out, she was swinging on me, and I tried to defend myself from her, and then Janet came at me from the side. And I guess I did not mean to stab her at all.
How many times did you stab her?
I guess once.
Okay, do you know where it hit her at?
No, I don't. I didn't see anything. I had both of them coming at me and Sarah hitting me.
According to Rachel's account of the incident, it was Sarah who started the physical attack and repeatedly provoked Rachel to attack her. She even swung at Rachel multiple times. Rachel hit back with the knife in self-defense. But was she telling the truth?
After you stabbed her, did she go to the ground, fall to the ground?
I didn't see that. No, she was screaming at Janet after that. She was screaming, Janet, get in the car, your kids. That's all she would say. And then I didn't see her. And I still heard her yelling her name. That's all I heard was Janet, Janet, get in the car.
Okay. So, Sarah didn't have any weapon with her at all, right? She wasn't carrying a bat or a gun or a knife that you saw, right? Okay. And you went out and you met her in the street, came up to her side of the car where she was getting out of, is that right?
I stepped in, in the front of my car, yeah. And then when she started screaming at me, and then Janet started coming around the side, so I walked over a little bit further.
But initially it was just you and Sarah, because you said Sarah was, and is that how your lip got hit?
I think Janet did that. I don't know. Sarah kind of hit me in, the side of my head more than anything, and in my stomach once. But when Sarah was hitting me, I saw Janet come this way, and the other girl got out of the other side of the car and walked around from the back towards me.
Okay. So after that was done, and I know you said you were being dragged around by Janet and whatnot, when you went back up to the house, what did you do with the knife once you had it?
I threw it.
Where?
Towards the neighbor's house.
If you're facing Javier's house, to the left side, just in the grass, over the fence, what?
Threw it up. I don't know where it landed.
Up on the roof?
I don't know if it was on the roof or in their backyard or I just threw it.
And how long would you say the knife is?
Probably like that.
Rachel Wade's interrogation revealed a complex web of emotions and motivations. She initially claimed self-defense, stating that she feared for her life when Sarah approached her. Rachel described the moments leading up to the stabbing as a blur of panic and fear. However, the evidence pointed towards a premeditated act. Rachel had retrieved the knife from her kitchen and carried it to the scene, anticipating a confrontation. The fact that Rachel remembered every little detail of how Sarah and her friends attacked her, but yet she couldn't remember the details of her stabbing Sarah, was perplexing to the detectives. She couldn't even provide accurate details of where she placed the knife. It appeared she was trying to build a story with proving her innocence as the narrative.
My job is? What?
To to take care of things like this and make sure things like this don't happen.
Well, I understand that. That's overall the police's job. But my specific job, do you know what it is?
To figure out the details of everything.
Well, that's part of it. You're correct. My real title is I'm a homicide detective. Okay? They called me because of the serious nature of her injuries. Okay? She was stabbed. All right? She was stabbed twice. Because before I came here to talk to you, I went down and saw her at the hospital. Okay? She's stabbed twice in the chest. And she has no other injuries on her whatsoever. Okay? What I need to know from you is why. I understand that you had a knife because you thought you'd scare them, okay? But that isn't working. So why does somebody like you go 1 versus 3? You go out into the street and meet them. Why didn't you just run in the house and call the police?
Tired of it. They come after me all the time.
Okay.
I don't want it. I did not.
So you wanted it to end and be over with,
Yeah, but
right?
I have no intentions whatsoever on stabbing her. I have a great life.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have a job. I have my own house. I have my own car. I have everything, and I just wanted it to end. That's why I told Josh I was done.
The detective had enough of her manipulating narratives. He wanted to get to the point of confession, but Rachel's twisted statements were far from over. Even under intense questioning, she persisted in defending herself and pushing the blame onto Sarah. However, there was still a twist left in this harrowing murder investigation. Rachel was unaware that Sarah had died, and her reaction was nothing short of shocking once the detective revealed that information to her.
Here's the next thing that you need to understand, Rachel. Okay, when I was down at the hospital, okay, I saw where she was stabbed at. Okay, it looks like she has 2 stab wounds. All right. The next piece of information that you need to know is that she is dead.
Oh, God.
Okay. She died as a result of these stab wounds that she had at Northside Hospital.
I didn't know what any of this happened. I just wanted them to finally leave me alone.
All this over Josh?
I just didn't want them to terrorize me anymore. They follow me everywhere. They come to my job. They come to my house.
Well, she's not going to follow you anymore because she's dead now.
Oh, God.
In a chilling twist of fate, despite learning of the shocking news, Rachel's lies didn't stop. As it turned out later, her account of the events was way further from reality as the authorities learned Sarah never got out of her vehicle. It was Rachel who had approached and attacked Sarah, critically wounding her. While clutching her chest, Sarah called Josh to tell him what happened, and he ran to her house in order to inform her father. Immediately after the stabbing, witnesses claimed that Wade calmly threw the knife into a neighbor's yard as if she had achieved her objective. A few hours after questioning, Rachel was arrested and charged with murder in the 2nd degree. She was booked into Pinellas County Jail on a $500,000 bond. Rachel's trial began in 2010, drawing significant media attention. The courtroom was packed with reporters, family members, and curious onlookers, all eager to see the drama unfold. At the opening, Sarah Ludeman's mother, Gay Ludeman, had a few emotional words for the attendees.
Sarah died in the street, sir. In the street. I didn't even have a chance to tell my daughter that I loved her that night. This girl knew what she was going to do.
During the trial, prosecutors brought up the history between the 2 women in order to show that Rachel intended to kill her rival over their mutual love interest, Josh Camacho. They highlighted the premeditation aspect, focusing on her decision to bring a knife to the scene. Rachel's attorney, Jay Hebert, brought up the notion that the 2 women got involved in a physical altercation before Sarah was stabbed, but he did not have enough witness support to back his statement. Josh and his sister both testified against Rachel, claiming that she approached the vehicle and stabbed Sarah before she even had a chance to get out. After 2 days of witness testimonies and arguments, the key evidence that sealed Rachel's fate was the voicemail she had sent to Sarah, in which she had threatened to kill her.
Now is mine, and I'm guaranteeing you I'm no murder you. I'm letting you know that now, because you know what? Josh might have played me, but bitch, I'm going to play your ass out too. Watch.
After listening to the voicemails along with other evidence, a jury of 5 men and 1 woman deliberated for just about 3 hours to find Rachel Wade guilty of murder in the second degree.
We, the jury, find as follows: ask that the defendant in this case, the defendant is guilty of murder in the second degree as charged.
On September 3, 2010, Rachel Wade was sentenced to 27 years in state prison. The judge stated that he believed Wade intended to kill Luderman.
A judge sentenced a Pinellas Park woman today to prison for more years than she's been alive. Rachel Wade learned her fate for her role in the deadly battle over the same boy. Her punishment, 27 years for killing her romantic rival back in April of 2009. Our Rebecca Medina is live at the Pinellas County Jail. And Rebecca, why did this judge decide to sentence Wade to 27 years and not life?
Well, Linda, the judge in this case basically said that Rachel Wade's lack of maturity and her age argued against a maximum sentence. One thing is certain tonight: when Rachel Wade walks out of prison, she will be a middle-aged woman, and she will be walking out as a convicted killer.
The actions of Rachel Wade certainly have caused a lot of pain.
Pain that was evident inside the packed Pinellas County courtroom. Pain that convicted killer Rachel Wade tried apologizing for, as she asked a judge not to send her to prison for life for murdering her romantic rival Sarah Ludeman, after months of fighting over this young man, Joshua Camacho.
I'm so sorry to be the one who has caused you this great pain. I need you to know, please, that I too was just a teenage girl, not a monster or the murderer as it may seem.
As she appealed to her victim's parents, they sat stoic. The nights of tears, pain, and longing for their only child, evident on their faces.
Sentence her to 27 years in the Department of Corrections.
Despite the Ludemans' plea for life, which they said would have been justice for taking Sarah's life.
I went to see my daughter dead at the hospital. I stood by my daughter's side. I held her hand. I rubbed her head. I pleaded with her not to leave us.
The girl's a murderer. She's going to be in jail a long time.
The Wades, however, told us they were relieved, knowing their daughter won't take her last breath in prison. For Gay Ludeman, it was just another blow, another injustice.
You have to remember, Rachel's parents can see her, speak with her. We can't. We're going to see my daughter at the cemetery. That's where we're going to see my daughter.
Now, this killing, this murder, is no accident.
Now, I did get a chance to speak with Charlie Ludeman, Sarah's father, right after the sentencing, and I asked him if he believes that there will be any closure over all of this. He says right now he's just learning how to live day to day without his baby girl. Reporting in Clearwater, Rebecca Medina, ABC Action News.
The verdict brought a measure of closure to Sarah's grieving family, but the scars of the tragedy remained deep. Sarah's mother, devastated by the loss of their only child, struggled to find meaning in the senseless violence that had taken their daughter's life. What are your takes on this harrowing murder tale? Was Rachel's conduct a deliberate act of violence, or did it all occur in the heat of the moment? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and stay tuned for our next video.